going on there, guys? We back with another one. Today we got to talk about Ja Morant and that ESPN article that was published on yesterday and Stephen A. Smith's response to said article. We don't have to rehash all of the things that took place, right? It mentioned all the incidents we're familiar with, like the shoe store and his mom, his sister's volleyball game, the 17-year-old at his house, the Pacers team bus, and the 2 gun-toting incidents, right? So we don't have to talk about none of that ever again. He's serving a suspension for that, and it is what it is. At the same time, they brought up some new incidents to the light where they talked about how he would berate parking lot security and, at the Memphis arena, getting mad at parking staff when they wouldn't let him park in certain places, got into an argument with a man, and they said that him and his entourage disrespected a woman so bad. The woman's husband and Ja's entourage was talking about taking each other's lives right there in the restaurant. So you have that. Then you had the meeting with Taylor Jenkins where after the Pacers team bus incident, they went into his hotel room and said, "You effed up." They were straight with him, and they said it was like it was falling on deaf ears. Ja really wasn't trying to hear it. So those are the main points of the article that I can extract that give you like a overall sense of some of the things they brought up, right? Those were the new incidents that they're not new, but they were uncovered. They weren't mentioned with other incidents. So we got Stephen A. Smith reacting to what Deion Sanders said and also Ja Morant response to that. And we're about to check it out. Let's peep.
First 25 games of this upcoming season because of his transgressions involving having a gun in his possession, flashing it while he's driving with cars, having friends who are not making the wisest decisions because they're literally filming him while he's doing this kind of stuff. All of that is true. All of that is true. But it doesn't mean that he's not great. It doesn't mean that he's not going to be great. Ja Morant's a special dude. And being that special dude, I expect special things from Ja Morant. And now more so than before because of primetime Deion Sanders. Now, what the hell am I talking about? Primetime Deion Sanders decided to send Ja Morant a message Wednesday morning. And apparently he was watching something and he decides to tweet. Primetime Deion Sanders sent this inspirational message. He said, "How do you see yourself? You've got to start seeing you the way God sees you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are more than a conqueror. You are created to have dominion and you are blessed. Please understand all the positivity going on in your life and stop allowing the negativity to dominate your mind. You are God's masterpiece and the light of the world. Now act like it. Coach Prime." It's a wonderful message by Coach Primetime Deion Sanders. Nobody can knock it. Nobody can throw shade on it. Nobody can say anything. It's a beautiful, beautiful message. Can't deny it. Very touching. Doesn't matter. You see, we got to get beyond thinking that truth is negativity. You're Ja Morant. You're representing the NBA. You met with Adam Silver. You looked him in the face and told him it was an aberration. It would never happen again. You told my former colleague, Jalen Rose, it would never happen again. Gun wasn't yours. It wouldn't happen again. You know you were wrong. You have a responsibility. And then you were caught on video doing it again. It was a stupid decision. Doesn't mean Ja Morant is stupid because he's not. Doesn't mean he's a bad guy because he's not. But let's be honest. It is what it is. You can't put yourself in that position because at the end of the day, we want to sit up there and folks go, "Oh, Stephen A, here he go again," whatever. Pay attention. You want to make money or don't you? Do y'all understand that Ja Morant and that silly decision he made cost him about $60 million? I know he's going to get $231 million. He's got $231 million coming to him with his new contract, his player contract. But $60 million is $60 million. That's $60 million that's going from your pocket for nothing but foolishness. And we all have to capitulate to something and somebody in some capacity. You can't do what the hell you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, when you have your hand out for somebody else's money. The NBA was here before Ja Morant arrived, and it's going to be here when he's gone. Telling him that ain't hating on him. Telling him that is loving him. You think I want Ja Morant to fail? I want this brother to succeed. You think I wouldn't love that superstar in the NBA Finals? You want me to tell you what my personal biggest problem with Ja Morant? I know this is going to sound crazy because it's stupid to be brandishing a gun, whether it's at a strip club or in the car with your boy, with one of your boys foolishly putting it on Instagram and all of that stuff. But you want me to tell, that's foolish. That's unfortunate. I felt bad for Ja Morant, but I knew what was going to happen. But let me tell you when I was angry at him. When you on the bench laughing at the crypto.com reading in Los Angeles, California, as the Memphis Grizzlies was down by 40, getting your ass kicked. See, I remember Jordan walking off the court with his head down, and then stories about how he was on the team bus crying and screaming at his dad, how much time do we have? I mean, how many times we gonna fall? You know, this is just not good. You know, tomorrow ain't guaranteed, blah, 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 blah. I remember when Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal won back-to-back titles and going for that fourth straight ring when San Antonio finally bounced them out of there. Kobe Bryant was on the bench crying because it meant that much. You know what it means to us to see a superstar like Ja Morant laughing when you down 40 in a playoff game, a playoff elimination game? Because that's what I saw. And when LeBron walked off the court without even shaking their hand because Dylan Brooks was so disrespectful and it was allowed, and the absence of sportsmanship, he didn't even want to go there, so he just left, kicked their ass and left town. Or at least left the arena. That's what we love. That's what we live for. Ain't nobody rooting against Ja Morant. And if you listen to what Prime had to say, he's talking about looking at yourself as a king and fending off the negativity. I got news for you, Ja Morant, who responded in a very, very positive fashion towards primetime Deion Sanders. Major props to him, by the way. He did respond in stellar fashion, and he deserves credit for that. No doubt about it. Okay? But let's make sure we're clear about what transpired. Just so we're clear, so we make sure that we know what we're talking about. When Ja Morant responded, when he elected to respond in a very positive fashion towards Deion Sanders, he's missing it. Deion's negativity that he was talking about wasn't the media scrutinizing you. It's about the company you keep. Weed out those who were getting your way. That's all Deion was saying. And don't compromise yourself, your greatness, and your success. Go all out. Memphis got a chance. If Ja Morant is that dude, and he comes back with a vengeance, with a healthy Steven Adams and a healthy Brandon Clark and Marcus Smart, that rough rider who is there after all of these years in Boston, let me tell you something. Memphis has a chance. But only if Ja Morant is ready. Only if Ja Morant is ready.
So I'm going to give you a brief synopsis on what I feel about this. I've been critical of Ja Morant and some of the decisions that he made throughout this process. However, I will say this feels like a witch hunt at this point, simply because this information could have came to the light with the rest of it if they already knew this. I saw McMahon at, the first practice and media day that Memphis had. And so when he showed the footage of Ja Morant on the practice court, that's not what he was actually there for. The footage is on Twitter. You can go see when he was there scouting or whatever for ESPN or checking out the media day or whatever it was. But he was going around town prying and trying to figure out what more he could dig up on Ja Morant during the suspension. And I'm not a Ja Morant apologist for this. I'm not saying he didn't deserve a larger suspension. I'm saying if Ja hasn't done anything new, why are we still digging? We got enough and we got the gist of it. We could, our imagination could tell us that other things happen where he didn't get caught as it has with any person you could probably find in the world. But ESPN, bringing this article up at this time, what purpose did it have? It's just to kind of paint Ja in a more negative light. Now, if Ja goes out there and get in trouble again, it's on him. And I ain't saying that, he shouldn't be held accountable. I just don't know why this old stuff is being brought up now as the season starts. They could have even done the digging in the summertime and done this. They could have went to restaurants and stuff, but no need to throw this on him now. No need to throw this on him now. That's just my opinion, but I want to know what you guys think about this in the comment section. And what do you think about Stephen A. Smith's comments? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.